Hello guys, welcome back to another video. It's been a hot minute, but I have been busy with a couple of things. And the first thing is that I bought a Steam Deck. I was trying to decide between a Switch 2 and the Steam Deck, and ultimately I decided to go for the Steam Deck instead because I just felt like there weren't very many games on Switch that I wanted to play. And there's so many good games on Steam from small indie developers that are cozy and cute. And I have a long wish list on my Steam account. So I decided to go with the Steam Deck. And I personally do not regret it at all. I love it so much. And I'll kind of talk a little bit about what games I've been playing and what's on my wish list. But first, I wanted to talk about the device itself. It came in a carry case, which is nice that they include that, but I also don't really like the zippers on the carry case. I feel like they're just kind of hard to open. So I might buy a different case to keep it in that's easier to open because these just always get stuck, like right here. So yeah, I don't know. I need to do some research into different cases for this. But so here is my Steam Deck. I love it so much. This is essentially just like a computer in a portable size. And I just feel like you have a lot more options with games to play than on Switch, which is just my opinion. The one downside is if there are specific Nintendo games you want to play, you cannot play Nintendo games on anything but a Nintendo console. So if that is something that you're worried about, I would definitely look a little bit more into it and make sure that you aren't going to want to be playing a lot of Nintendo games. But yeah, I really love it so much. I was a little bit worried about the size because it is quite heavy, but the whole reason I wanted to get a handheld console like this is because my gaming computer is at the same desk as my work computer, and I noticed that by the time I'm done working, I do not want to sit at my work desk any longer. I just want to get cozy on the couch or lie in bed and play a cozy game. So I really wanted a handheld console that I could just like sit on the couch with. I usually just have a pillow and I can just prop it up if my hands start to get tired. But other than that, I really, really like it so far. I ordered a vinyl sticker to put on it. It's just a cream color with these little flowers on it because I want it to look cute. The Steam Deck is just kind of boring and black. I need to apply the sticker, but I just know that my type A perfectionist personality is going to come through with this, and I'm probably going to get frustrated applying it, but hopefully it will go on smoothly and I can get it in place properly. But yeah, so that is what I've been doing lately. I've been playing a lot of games. Leo and I have been playing a lot of games together too. It's one of the things that we really enjoy doing together. And I really like the Steam Deck because if he's playing on the PlayStation, I can play my Steam Deck and we can sit together. I'll show you guys some of the games that I've been really loving lately, as well as what's on my wish list. But first, I also recently bought another Kindle case, and it is these adorable little pink deer. And I really don't need any more Kindle cases. But when I saw this one online, I was like, it's just so cute. I couldn't help it. So I did buy another Kindle case. I'm on another book buying ban because I do have a lot of Libby books to read. And I currently have The North Wind by Alexandria Warwick. I've been wanting to read this for a long time, and I was just scrolling through Libby and saw that it was available, so I picked that up. I also have The Hedge Witch of Fox Hall. The cover of this book really sold me. It just looks really, really intriguing and interesting, so I'm excited to read that. And then the last book I have is on my Amazon Prime account, which is Blood of Hercules. I saw this one at Barnes & Noble a couple weeks ago. So when I was looking through the books on my Kindle and I saw that that was through Amazon Prime, that I could get it for free, I just downloaded it. I will admit that I haven't been reading quite as much since I got my Steam Deck because I have been playing a lot of games, but I have some books I really need to get to, and yeah, I just need to pick one and start reading. But first, let's apply the sticker. It is actually the next morning now because I had to recruit Leo to help me apply that sticker, and it took us the better part of an hour to get it on. I did not expect it to be quite as difficult as it was, but we got it on and I think it looks really good. I think we got most of the air bubbles out and we got it as smooth as possible. Before I show you that, I am really tired this morning, and I have a meeting later this afternoon that I kind of need to be awake and look awake for. So I think I'm gonna run and grab a pink drink to wake me up this morning. I got these sage green pants recently and they are so comfortable. I believe they're called a barrel cut, and I just love the color so much. They add just a nice pop to my wardrobe because I don't have very many colored pants. They're mostly just like black or blue. But yeah, they're just very comfortable, cozy, but I still feel like I look put together. So these have been my favorite as of recently. Okay, I have got my drink, and I told them not to put the freeze-dried strawberries in it because I feel like they just go mushy after 5 minutes, and I don't like the texture of mushy strawberries. But sometimes a girl just needs a fruity drink. During COVID, I used to go to Barnes & Noble every single week and order a pink drink and just browse the bookstore with a mask, of course. But it was really my time to kind of just escape during COVID when it was just such a stressful time for everyone. I was working from home in my bedroom at the time, and so it was just my opportunity to get out of the house and remember that there's like a world outside of my tiny apartment. And so every time I drink a pink drink, it just kind of takes me back to that time during COVID when that really was the thing that kept me sane, was weekly trips to the bookstore. But anyway, I'm gonna head home now, and my meeting's in about an hour. And then I promise I will show you what my Steam Deck looks like with the new vinyl on it. Okay, here is what my Steam Deck looks like with the new vinyl sticker on it. I think it turned out really well. I really like the little flowers. The color is cream, but in the right lighting, it almost has a really light green tinge to it, and I really like it. I think it turned out so much cuter than what it looked like before. I know there's a lot of things you can customize with the Steam Deck, and you can even customize the start video that plays. I just haven't bothered with that because it's fine. I don't really care about the start video, but I do know that there are a lot of plugins you can use to fully customize your Steam Deck. You can change the home page. You can even change all of the menus and the UI sounds when you press buttons. So I haven't gotten quite that far into customizing mine yet, but this is what it looks like once it's been turned on. First, I'll show you all of the games that I have on my Steam Deck. So I'm gonna click on this Steam button and then come down to Library. I have 14 games in total, but I've only installed 10 that are Steam Deck verified. If you have a Steam Deck, you are going to want to check for this little Steam Deck verified icon, and this just indicates that the game has been optimized to be played on the Steam Deck. The first game I've been really loving lately is called Cinnabunny, and you play as a little bunny who runs a bakery. This is like a warm hug of a game. There's farming, you can mine in the caves, you can go foraging for mushrooms in the forest, and make friends with all of the town bunnies. You can combine ingredients and make special baked goods with different flavors. You can also buy furniture and just make your bakery look really cozy. I have 8 hours of playtime in this game so far, and I don't even think I'm 1/3 of the way through. So if you're looking for a game that's really cozy to play in the evenings to wind down, I highly recommend Cinnabunny. Another game I played recently and really loved is called Smushy Come Home. In this game, you play as a little mushroom who essentially gets abducted by a bird, and you're trying to make it back home to your little mushroom friends. This game is cozy because there is no combat, and you can also choose whether or not you want to look at the map. I personally love playing without a map, so I get to just run around and explore. And while there are some puzzles in this game, they are quite simple and not too hard to figure out. This is a game I've had since last April, and I didn't play it much until I got my Steam Deck, but it plays beautifully on the Steam Deck, and it took me around 6 hours to complete. The next game is called Minami Lane, and if you've heard of this, I wouldn't be surprised. It is pretty popular right now. But in this game, you are building out little streets with shops and restaurants and trying to keep your street folk happy. While I would categorize this as a strategy game, it definitely falls more into the cozy, relaxed sort of strategy. You are still trying to manage the people's satisfaction and happiness, but I wouldn't say it's a stressful experience by any means. So while it is a strategy game, I would still consider this quite a cozy game, and the graphics are just so cute. The next game is Infinity Nikki. This came out last year, and while it isn't Steam Deck verified, it does run on the Steam Deck. So when I downloaded it, I had to input a fix in order to get the launch page to work. So if you're looking to download this to your device, just make sure you look up some instructions on how to do so, because it might not work right off the bat. Leo and I had to adjust the graphics settings, but we got it working pretty well. And this is the epitome of a cozy open world game. I highly recommend this game if you like fashion or putting together outfits, because the clothing is just so whimsical and beautiful, and I can spend hours just putting together different outfits. Okay, those are the games I've been really enjoying on my Steam Deck, and I'm gonna run through a couple games that are on my wish list, but I have 34 items on my wish list. I don't have time to run through all of them, so I'm just gonna pick a couple to go through. And the first one is Tiny Bookstore. This game just came out recently, and I played the demo and really enjoyed it, and it's definitely on my list to purchase at some point. In this game, you are running a tiny bookstore that you can drive around town and helping people pick out books that you think that they'll enjoy. The next game is called Bug Snacks. It came out in 2022 and it's been on my list forever, but I've heard really positive things about it and I'm really excited to get to it once I finish up some of my other games. The next game is the Hello Kitty Island adventure game. This came out earlier this year, and I'm kind of hoping to catch this one in a sale because it is $40, which is a little more expensive than most of the other games I have just mentioned. So waiting on this one, hoping to catch it on sale, but it is on my list to play. The very last game is Fields of Mystria. I've heard that this is essentially a really girly Stardew Valley, and I have many hours in Stardew Valley, so I'm sure I'm gonna love this one too. So yeah, those are just a couple of the games I have on my wish list. If you want to see all of the games I have on here, all 34 of them, let me know and I can make a separate video going through all of those. But yeah, I think I'm going to end this video here. Let me know if you have a Steam Deck or if you're considering buying one, and I will see you guys again very soon.
Golden, golden things, golden, I follow only golden, golden, golden things.